Hello everyone, this is Dr. Mihir Shah once again with another video. This is our part 3 of our last minute revision based on the topics to be covered to easily pass under the subject International Finance. We already covered two parts, this is the third part. So let us see which are the other topics that we need to easily cover it. Sum number 6 is based on investment decision, which is based on covered interest parity. One sum has to be, see this particular topic has two, one is investment and one is decision. From these two, one has to always be there in the paper. So first we're going to start with the investment decision based sum.
Okay, now let us see how to solve sum when they are given you, various options. They're telling you which is the best alternative investment option. Okay, from the following data, decide on the best alternative for investing INR 8 million. Okay, 1 million 10 lakhs, so 8 million is 80 lakhs for a temporary period of 6 months on a risk-free basis. They have given you INR. In currency, they are giving you INR, they are giving you USD, and they are giving you Euro. Okay, so now let us see based on the formula of net return when investing, which is the best option. Okay, now remember the formula. Net return when investing, a formula is investing amount upon spot ask rate into 1 plus the lowest interest rate upon 100 into period upon 12 into forward bid rate minus the investing amount. Okay, so using this formula, now let us see how you can solve the sum. Okay, the very first currency they have given you is INR. So I'll write here number 1, net return when investing in INR. Now remember one thing, whenever you're investing in rupees, in Indian rupees, you will never have an ask and the forward rate. Okay, the formula remains the same, but there won't be any ask and the forward, there won't be any spot and forward rate. Okay, so formula mein investing amount 80 lakhs, there won't be any spot rate, so into 1 plus the lowest rate. Now if you can look carefully, the lowest rate among 5.6 and 5.9 is 5.65 upon 100. They had given you 6 months period, so 6 upon 12. The whole thing, there is no forward rate, okay, minus the investing amount, that is 80 lakhs. Okay, so again the same thing, you divide, you multiply, you divide, you add it with 1, multiply with 80 lakhs, whatever answer you get, minus it with 80 lakhs. The value that you all should have got would have been INR 2,26,000 in the first case. Second, now euro they are given you. Okay, so they are giving you the values of euro. No, the second currency is, the second currency USD, and then it is euro. So first we'll start with the USD part. So I'll write here number 2, net return when investing in USD. Okay, again formula, investing amount, that is 80 lakhs upon spot ask rate. Okay, now if you look carefully, your spot ask rate in the question is 48.8860, so I will use that 48.8860 into 1 plus the lowest interest rate, that is 4.25 upon 100 into 6 divided by 12, because that's the period, into the forward bid rate. So if you look into the question, forward bid rate is, the forward meaning the first value, ask is the second value. Okay, bid is the first, ask is the second value. Checking the question, the first and the second. So that will be 49.2330 minus the investing amount, which is 80 lakhs. Okay, so again we will divide, we'll multiply it, add it to 1, multiply with the forward, divide by the spot, into the investing, we will get one value. That value minus is 80 lakhs, everyone should get INR 2,27,992. Same way we'll do for the third one, net return when investing in euro. formula remains same. Investing amount is 80 lakhs. Upon the spot ask rate, which is 65.2575 into 1 plus the lowest rate, which is 4.75 upon 100 into 6 divided by 12 into forward bid rate, which is 65.5545 minus the investing amount, that is 80 lakhs. Again, when you solve, you should get your final value as 2,27,274. Okay, so we have three values: 226, 2,27, and 2,27. Now always remember, in the such kind of sum, in investing, the highest is the most preferable. So here 2,27,992 is the highest value. So I will write the final answer will be investment would be made through USD since the return is the maximum. Okay, so maximum under USD. So this is how you all had to solve the sum, okay, under investing, under the subject, covered interest parity. Okay, again a very simple, you just have to follow the formula, and based on the formula you just need to substitute the value. Okay, so this is the very first type of sum. What if now here they had given you bid and ask rate. What if bid and ask rate wouldn't have been given? Then how would we formulate the sum? So let us see that. That will be our second sum. Okay, now the question given is, given are the following options to invest in INR 10 million. 1 million is 10 lakhs, so 10 million will be 1 crore. For a temporary period of 6 months, find the best market for investment. Under currency, they are given you USD, GBP and INR. Okay, so now if you look carefully, there is only direct one spot rate and one forward rate is given. Okay, there is no bid and ask. So in that case, let us see how to solve. Okay, the very first currency is USD. So we'll write here number 1. Net return when investing in USD. Okay, the very first thing, formula will be the same. The investing amount, so it's 1 crore upon spot ask rate. Now there is no two different rates, there's only one rate given in the question, so we will take it directly, spot rate, which is 64.7535 into 1 plus the lowest interest rate. Now there's only one interest rate, we will take that as 3.25 upon 100 into 6 months, so 6 divided by 12 into the forward, there's only one forward rate, so I'll take it as 65.3700 minus the investing amount, which is 1 crore. Okay, so once you solve, we should get the value as, okay, divide, multiply, added with 1, multiply, divide, multiply, whatever answer you get minus with 1 crore, you all should get the answer as INR 259,254.33. Okay, so that will be 2,59,254.33. Okay, same way for the second currency, net return when investing in GBP. Again 1 crore upon the spot rate, which is 98.7275 into 1 plus the rate, which is 3.50 upon 100 into 6 divided by 12 into 99.3100 minus 1 crore. the value that you will be getting will be INR 2,35,033.30. Third, now third is based on INR. So net return when investing in INR. Now remember, whenever you're investing in INR, there won't be any spot and forward rate. So it will be 1 crore into 1 plus the interest rate, which is 5%. Okay, there is only one interest rate given, and that is 5%. So we'll take that as 5%. So that will be 5 upon 100 into 6 divided by 12. There won't be any forward rate, minus 1 crore. So when you solve it, you should get the answer as INR 2,50,000. Okay. So now based on this, the interest which is receivable, or the return, the maximum return is in 250, 235 and 259. So 259 is the highest, that is in USD. So I'll write investment would be made through USD since the return is the maximum. Okay, so this is how you'll have to solve sum based on investment. Okay, when they're giving you multiple options of investing under interest, or you can say coverage interest parity theory. Okay.
Okay, the seventh type is based on borrowing decision. Again, a very important sum from the exam point of view. Investing and borrowing are the two types of sum. From that, one has to always be there in the paper. So now let us see how to solve borrowing based sum.
The following data was available to decide on the best alternatives for borrowing INR 12 million for a temporary period of 3 months on a risk-free basis. Ignore the transaction cost, and the exchange rates are against INR. So they are giving you currency USD, Euro and GBP. They are giving you the spot rate, they are giving you the 3 month forward rate, they are giving you the interest rates. Okay, and they're asking us to basically find the the best alternative from where you can borrow. Okay, so always remember, check what currencies they have given us. Okay, they're giving you USD, Euro and GBP. So we'll have to find the net liability of all the three currency, the one in which the the liability is the least. Okay, that will be the selected one. Okay, now remember the formula. Okay, whenever they have given you to find, they're asking you to find the net liability, okay, of the borrowing. Basically, from the borrowing point of view, the formula will always be borrowing amount upon spot bid rate into 1 plus highest interest rate upon 100 into the period upon 12 into forward ask rate. Here remember, it is spot bid rate, here it will be forward ask rate, minus the borrowing amount. Okay, if you all note down this formula and if you all solve according to this formula, you all can never get this sum wrong. Okay, so now let us see how we will function. Okay, in this, the very first currency is USD in the question. Okay, the very first currency is USD, so we'll write here. Okay, number one, net liability when borrowing USD. Okay, net liability when borrowing USD. Okay, the formula, this same formula, so I'm not writing it again, but you all will have to show it every time in your exam. Okay, so borrowing amount. Now in the question we saw that the person wants to borrow 12 million. Okay, there is a borrowing of 12 million. So already a borrowing amount is 12 million. So 1 million is 10 lakhs. So 12 million will be 1 crore 20 lakhs. Okay, upon spot bid rate. Now if you look at the question, they haven't given us bid and ask, they are giving you single values. So if single values are given, it doesn't make too much of difference. You can directly use the same value for spot. So this is the first type of borrowing sum where the rates are directly given to us. There are no bid and ask, there is just one single rate which is given. So we will use that value. So it is 40.1245 into 1 plus highest interest rate. Now there's only one interest rate given to us, so we'll take it directly. 4.25%. It's 4.25%. It's upon 100. Now the period which they have given you is for 3 months. So 3 upon 12 into forward ask rate. Now here they are only giving you one rate of forward, so we'll take that as it is, 40.2765. So this is first one type of sum where the bid and there is direct forward and direct spot rate which is given to us, minus the borrowing amount which is again 1 crore 20 lakhs. That's 12 million. Okay. So now once you have done that, so we have 1 crore 20 lakh upon 40.1245 into 1 plus 4.25 upon 100 into 3 divided by 12 into 40.2765 minus 1 crore 20 lakh. Once you solve this, you all should get the value as INR, everything in rupee, INR 1,73,441.50. Okay, from the first one. Similarly, now we'll have to find net liability from the second currency. In the second currency, they are giving you euro. So when borrowing euro, okay, again formula remains the same. So amount which I want to borrow is 1 crore 20 lakh upon the spot rate. Now the spot rate is given to us as 54.1650 into 1 plus the interest rate which is 5.50 upon 100 into 3 divided by 12 into the forward rate which is 54.2000. Okay, so we are taking all this value directly from the question, and after that will be minus the amount which you are going to borrow. Again, first you divide, you multiply, divide, you add with 1, you multiply with the forward, okay, divide by the spot into the borrowing, you get one amount. That amount minus 1 crore 20 lakhs will give you your second liability, okay, which comes up to INR 1,72,860.70. Okay, so that was from the first. This from the second or the third currency. They are giving you GBP, so we'll take that net liability when borrowing GBP. Again, the formula remains same, 1 crore 20 lakhs upon the spot rate which is 80.0650 into 1 plus the rate of interest is 6%, so 6 upon 100 into 3 by 12 into the forward rate which is 80.0350. Whatever answer you get, you'll have to minus with the borrowed amount. So the value that you all should get would be INR 1,75,436.20. Okay, now the final conclusion. So now we have solved, we got all the three liability. Now whenever you're borrowing, always remember the least is the better. Okay, so among the three, this is 1,73,000, this is 172, this is 175. So 172 is the most economical. So the final answer will be borrowing would be done in euro since the liability is lowest. That's my final answer. Okay, so this is how you all have to solve very simple sum. Okay, using this formula you can solve any kind of sum available. Okay, so you all can try other solving other. Now this is the first type of sum where the spot and forward directly they were given to us. Now let us try another sum based on borrowing itself, but when bid and ask both the rates are given to us. Okay, so let us see how to solve such kind of sum. Okay, now if you look at the question, the second question, from the following data decide on the best alternative for borrowing INR 5 million for a temporary period of 6 months on a risk-free basis. Ignore the transaction cost. They are giving you INR in currency, they are giving you USD, they are giving you Euro, and they are giving you GBP. Spot quote and forward both are given, but they are giving you with the bid and the ask, and the interest rate they are giving you two interest rates. Okay, so now we will see exactly how this entire formula gets used. Okay, so first what you are going to do, the very first currency is INR. So now just check here. Okay, there will be little slight thing that you will have to remember. Number one, first net liability when borrowing in INR. Again, our formula will remain the same. Borrowing amount, they want 5 million, so 1 million is 10, so 50 lakhs. Now remember, in INR you won't have any spot and you won't have any forward. Okay, rest the formula remains the same. The only thing is there won't be any spot and forward or bid and ask rate. Okay, they will be direct values. So 50 lakhs into 1 plus the highest interest rate. Now if you look carefully, 5.75 and 6, so highest interest rate is 6%, so 6 upon 100 into the period, it is a 6 months transaction period. Yeah, they give you 6 months forward, so 6 divided by 12 into the forward rate. Again, there won't be any forward rate here. Okay, remember, whenever you are doing for INR, there will be no forward, no spot, so that's it. The whole thing minus the borrowed amount, which is again 50 lakhs. So when you divide, when you solve, the value that you all should get would have been INR 1,50,000 in the first case. Okay, now second mein they are giving you USD, so I'll write here net liability when borrowing in USD. Again, our formula remains the same. So borrowed amount, now borrowing amount is 50 lakhs upon, now this is very important. Okay, upon, we have to take the spot bid rate. Now the spot bid rate, spot may be a bid and ask, so we'll have to take the bid rate, which is the first value, so that will be 48.8830 into 1 plus highest interest rate. Now there are two interest rates, so I'll take the highest one, which is 4.5 upon 100. It is a 6 months, so 6 divided by 12 into the forward ask rate, which is 49.2360. Okay, bid is the first, ask is the second value. The whole thing minus the borrowed amount, which is 50 lakhs. Okay, so again, when you will solve this whole part, okay, you divide, multiply, again multiply, divide, multiply, get the value, minus is 50 lakh. The final amount that you all should get is INR 1,49,419. The first value was 1,50,000, second is, now the third one. Third is euros. So we'll write this as third net liability when borrowing in euro. Again, formula remains the same. We have 50 lakhs upon the spot bid rate, which is 65.2545 into 1 plus the highest interest rate is 5% into 6 by 12 into the forward ask rate, which is 65.5575 minus the borrowed amount, which is 50 lakhs. Again, you will solve the whole part. Okay, multiply, divide, add it with 1, multiply with the forward, divide by the spot into the borrowed amount. You get one value. That value divided by 50 lakhs, you should get the answer as rupees 1,48,797. Okay, now last, there is one more currency there. So net liability when borrowing in GBP. Formula similar, we have 50 lakhs upon the spot rate, which was 90.4750 into 1 plus the highest rate, which is 5.5 upon 100 into 6 divided by 12 into the forward, that is 90.6780, the whole thing minus 50 lakhs. When you solve, you should get your final answer as INR 1,49,027. Okay, so looking at this, okay, we have 1,50,000, 149, 148, 149. 148 is the lowest liability. So your final answer will be borrowing would be done in euro since the liability is the lowest. Okay, so this is how you all had to solve the sum when they are asking you to have a borrowing decision under covered interest parity sums. Okay, so these are the two types of sums which can come when they ask you, they'll give you different alternative and they ask you which is the best alternative to borrow.
Now the next type, that is type number 8, is based on Fisher effect. Again, a very important topic which usually comes in the paper. So let us see how to solve that.
Let us see how to solve a problem sum based on Fisher effects. Okay, now the very first question, we'll read out the first question. The spot rate is rupees 61 per dollar. Interest rate in India is 8%. Interest rate in US is 5%. Calculate the possible 6-month forward rate as per Fisher effect. Okay, now this is a question which has been given. Now let us see how we can solve such kind of sum. Okay, the very first thing we should remember that first we'll note down the formula. Okay, so I write here the Fisher's effect formula. Okay, the Fisher effect formula is forward rate upon spot rate equals to HI, that is the home currency interest covered, and foreign currency interest covered. Okay, or interest component we can say it as. That's the formula which is required. Okay, now we need to find the forward rate, so we need to find the value of F. Okay, they are given us the spot rate, yes, so we have the spot rate, but we don't have the home currency or home currency interest component and foreign currency interest component. So that is the very first thing that we need to solve. So here I write number 1. We are finding first calculation of the home currency interest component. Now the formula HI is equal to 1 plus the interest of the home currency into M divided by 12. So that is 1 plus interest of home currency. Now $1 is 61 rupees. Remember, any currency which is 1 is always the foreign currency, and the opposite of that, whatever is the currency, will be the base or the home currency. Okay, so $1 is 1, so that is foreign currency, and rupees is given in amount, so that will be your home currency. In India is the home currency, so interest rate of India is 8%, so that will come up to 0.08 into, okay, M. Now here it is 6 months forward, so your number of months is 6 divided by 12. So now when we solve this part, it will be 6 divided by 12 into 0.08 plus 1. We should get the value as 1.04. Now remember, we need 4 decimals. I'll put another 2 more decimals after that. Okay, so that's your HI. Now we need to find, after finding HI, we will have to find second calculation of FI. Okay, that is nothing but foreign currency, based on foreign currency. So FI is equal to, again same formula, 1 plus I, but this is of foreign currency, into M divided by 12. This is a home currency, this is a foreign currency. So 1 plus interest of foreign currency, US ka currency interest was 5%, so that will be 0.05 into 6 divided by 12. So 6 divided by 12 into 0.05 plus 1 will give you 1.025. Remember, we need one more zero after that. So this will come to 1.025, and we'll just put one more zero after it, because at least 4 decimals are required. So this is, we found HI, we found FI. Spot is already given in the question. So now I can directly find the last step. Third step will be the calculation of F, that is nothing but the forward rate. Formula is F upon S is equal to HI upon FI. Forward we don't know, we need to find. The spot is already given to us as 61. So I'll write the 61.0000 because we need 4 decimal, which is equal to HI is 1.0400 upon 1.0250. Okay, so now we cross multiply 61.40 into 1.0400 divided by 1.0250. We should get the final answer as 61.8927. So I'll write here my forward rate is 61.8927. Okay, so finally calculate the possible 6-month forward rate. So therefore 6-month forward rate as per Fisher's effect is 61.8927. Okay, so this is as simple as that. Okay, you just have to apply the formula, substitute the values, and get the answer. So that is Fisher's effect formula. Very simple. Again, a very important topic from the exam point of view. Most of the papers, okay, in each and every paper, this one topic is always there. Okay, now what is the variation? What other variations you can get in this sum? Okay, now look at this part, the second sum. The spot rate is given. 1 euro is SGD amount. 73 days forward rate is given to us, again 1 euro to SGD. Euro interest rate is given, and now they're asking you to find the SGD interest rate. Always remember, how can you identify some? Now in this sum they have not mentioned whether to do it with Fisher or with what. Whenever there will be 2 interest rate in a question, always remember it will be based on Fisher's effect. Okay, so now let us see how you can go about with this particular sum. Okay, so let us see how to solve this one. Very important sum this is. Again, as we know, as per Fisher effect, the formula is F upon S is equal to HI upon FI. Spot rate is given. Forward rate is also given. Now, which is a home currency and which is the foreign currency? 1 euro. Always remember, any value, any quotation which has 1, that currency will always be foreign currency. So in our case, 1 euro, so it means euro is the foreign currency. The home currency will be SGD, that's nothing but Singapore dollar. Okay, so they are giving you euro interest rate. So FI ka foreign currency ka interest rate is given, and they are asking us to find the value of HI. Oh, okay, not HI but the home currency ka interest rate. So in such case, now remember how to solve. Okay, step number one, since F and S is given and FI we can find, so HI I cannot find because I don't have the home currency interest rate. So what I'll do here is, we will first find step number 1, calculation of FI. Now I know the formula. FI is equal to 1 plus interest of foreign currency into M divided by 12. So that will be 1 plus interest of foreign currency, that is euro, that is 3.25%. So that will be 3.25 divided by 100. So that comes to 0.0325 into M. It is a 73 days. Okay, it is a 73 days. So I will take this as 73 upon 360 just to get it in an easy calculated manner. So while solving this, I will get 73 divided by 360 into 0.0325 plus 1. So we should get the value as 73 divided by 360 into 0.0325 plus 1. So we should get the value as 1.006. It can be 65 or we can even write it as 66 because if you want to round it off. So I'll write it as a 66. Okay, now same thing. Okay, calculation of FI. So I have got the value of FI. F is already there, S is already there. So what I can do here is, now second step, what we'll do here is, we will calculate HI. We'll try to find HI, okay, where the formula is F upon S is equal to HI upon FI. Forward rate is given in the question as 1.8704. Spot rate is given in the question as 1.8630. HI we want to find, and FI we just now found 1.0066. Okay, so we will cross multiply it. 1.8704 into 1.0066 divided by 1.8630. Okay, so we should get the value as HI will be 1.0106. Okay, that is the value of HI. Now, if I have found HI, now it is very simple. Okay, now what we'll do here is, now we need to find the interest rate. Okay, so I need to find the value of I basically here. So third step, I'll write calculation of I. So now we'll take the HI ka value. HI was 1 plus I of home currency into M divided by 12. We already got this value, okay? That is 1.0106 is equal to 1 plus interest of home currency. I don't know. I need to find that. M was 73 days. So it will be 73 upon, now days it is, so I won't take it at 12, we'll take it at 360 days. Okay. Now look at this very carefully. Okay. This is plus. When it goes to the other side, it will become minus. So it will be 1.0106 minus 1 is equal to IH into 73 divided by 360. When we subtract it, I get this value as 0.0106 is equal to IH into 73 upon 360. Now we can cross multiply it. So I'll get this 0.0106 into 360. upon 73, that will give you my interest. So on your calci, 0.0106 into 360 divided by 73, we should get a final value as 0.0522, that is IH. Therefore, now this is in decimal points. So if I want to make it into percentage form, therefore I can say the home currency interest rate will be into 100. So that will become 5.22%. Okay. So therefore I can state the final answer. Therefore, SGD interest rate is equal to 5.22%.